Hey friends, welcome to my live, and if you happen to be watching later, welcome to the replay. Happy Monday. My name is Robin, and I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations, and I'm also an independent, and I see a weird wire hanging down. I'm also an independent designer with Couture. Once you hop on tonight's live, feel free to say hi in the comments and tell me where you're watching from. If you happen to be watching later on the replay, go ahead and tell me hi as well. I'm actually going to fix that wire. So I just also want to let you know I am live in 2 locations. So if you hear me refer to a comment that is not in your comment feed, that person may be viewing and watching from a different platform. And as always, if you think that others should see this project because you think it's pretty darn cool, or if you just want to help out my little channel, please feel free to spread the craft love all over Facebook and YouTube. Hit that thumbs up button, hit the heart button, follow, subscribe. It just helps me get in front of new eyeballs. It also tells Facebook and YouTube what kind of videos you like, and it may introduce you to new creators that do kind of the same things that I do. And as always, tag your crafty friends and invite them to watch along with you. See that Jason is watching from the other side of the door. And again, I can't thank you enough for supporting me and sharing my video whenever I am live. Talking to me in the comments. Feel free to talk to each other in the comments. That would greatly help me as well. And with that, let's go ahead and flip the camera so I can show you the project we are working on this evening. So I purchased 4 of these wooden bunny cutouts from Hobby Lobby, and I faux stained them with the Waverly antique wax. I only did the front side because I intend on gluing these down to my wood rounds. So I painted this one in celery green from Waverly chalk paste. the Waverly Chalk Paste Color Celery. I painted this one in Apple Barrel Pavement, so it's kind of a blackish gray. And then this, I believe, is Elephant Gray from Apple Barrel as well. So I just kind of distress painted them. I'm going to sand them up, and I will, we're going to go through this one. My intent is to do the same kind of thing to these wood rounds. However, I've only distressed this one because I want to do a black leopard on top of it. So my thought is I'm going to do a background stencil on the 14-inch wood round, and then we will glue, like pretend that this one is the one we're going to glue here. I'm going to glue the bunny on. That's why I only wanted to paint the front side, so that this plain side will hopefully adhere a little better to the wood round. So I have the bunnies. I also have 4 14-inch wood rounds. So that's kind of where we're going. So let's go ahead and paint our bunny first. So I'm going to put these other things down below. And let's go ahead and do it this way. If this bothers you, oh, that's got the wrong image in it. I wonder if I can fix that on the fly. Probably not. I don't want that on there, so we'll go back. I have to fix that. We'll go back to this. You can see better anyway. Okay, so let's get, I just have what's left of my Americana, DecoArt Americana Snow White in here. I'm trying to use up some of my stash. So let's put a little bit of white on my paper plate. And I'm just using a cheap chip brush, is what they call these. You can get them Dollar General, probably Dollar Tree, Menards, Lowe's, Home Depot. I have taped the hanger on the back side. I'm going to leave this on because I think I'm going to utilize it as my door hanger, my door round hanger. So I just have that taped. So I'm just dabbed a little bit of paint off. Hello, Miss Bonita. Medina says she's late, but she's here. Oh, well, thanks. You're so sweet. I do sound, I feel a little better. I have been so overwhelmed with projects not getting done that I think it's just gotten me down, but I buckled down this weekend and I got a lot of projects mostly finished. I had a bunch of Easter stuff that I had, of course, half started, and Easter's almost here, and I've been trying to get stuff to raise rustic, and also fighting the urge just to sit on the couch all the time. So I buckled down and I got quite a few things done this weekend. So I feel good. This is the last probably Easter project that I'll do. Sadly, I'll have to carry it over about 10 projects over to next year. But thank you for those kind words, and for I do feel a little re-energized. Part of that might be the spring weather. Part of that's probably the situation with my parents is a little better. Well, better is probably not the right term, but things have been taken care of so that they're taken care of a little better. So that helps a lot, I think. So I'm just going to very roughly distress this. We're also going to sand a bunch of it off. How was everyone else's weekend? Did everyone have a good weekend? It was kind of chilly here this weekend, but I think the spring temps are hopefully here to stay. question for those of you that decorate for holidays and seasons. When you think of rabbit decor, do you think that's just for Easter, or do you think that that can get carried on past Easter and into spring? I'm curious. Because rabbits were definitely the theme for my weekend. I had those 4x4 chunky rabbits that I'd started last year. I think I got one done. So I finished up the other two finally. I had 8 kind of 3D bunnies that I had purchased the blanks for last year. I got those done. Benita, as far as her weekend, she says good. Went and spent Saturday with your mom. It's always nice. And then regarding bunnies, those can be carried into spring. Good to know, because I've made a lot of bunnies. They multiplied like rabbits over the weekend. Okay, this doesn't look good, but we're gonna sand it up after it dries. So that's kind of what it looks like now. I definitely was not going for perfect. I like to have kind of a bunch of these edges showing. Okay, so now where do I put this? Let's just set it down here. Okay. So as far as the rounds, and let me show you I really like the way that this black one turned out. If you look at the ears, I kind of have the stain showing to where it kind of reminds me of it's got different colored hair or fur, and I kind of like the way that it kind of looks like his there's some movement and some kind of hair fur going on. I just thought that was really cool. Okay, so as far as the base, this one was already distressed in my stash, but it's a good thing because I'm going to do it in this leopard transfer. But I also pulled out a bunch of other transfers just to give you an idea of kind of some other ideas. So let's pull our round up. And I'm going to get out, pull that green one in. So you could do, like you could do the bandana pattern. You can do one of the OG patterns. This one is called, I don't see it, Modern Floral. You could do the floral script. Sorry for the glare. You could do, I didn't even realize I had this one. It's from 2021. It's the Spring Garden pattern. Although for the 14-inch, it might be a little busy. If you did an 18-inch, the print might be a little more to scale. There's the plaid transfers. And then for those of you that may not have any, I did pull out some that I do have available to purchase. So I have 3 of this one that would work. This one is the farmhouse tile. That would look really pretty behind the bunny. Like that. I have 2 of the polka dot. This is from 2018. It should be just kind of a classic background. I have a floral script. I also have one that's gently used that I'd be willing to part with. And then you could always go with the trusty mini buffalo plaid. And those were just some of the ones I pulled out that I have available to purchase. Just let me know if you're interested in any of those. And you don't have, they don't just have to be for this project. Let me get these put back together on their little hook. And then we'll go ahead and get started on the background. Okay. So I was debating on what size you could go. This is a 14-inch. You could do like the 16-inch rustic round. You could even go up to an 18-inch, but again, I used what I had in my stash. So let's probably need to wax it. So let's put that to the side. So whenever you have a painted surface and you want to use a silkscreen transfer, you really probably should wax your surface. I don't have any of my chalk. Yes, I do. It's clear over there. I'm going to have to reach and probably knock a few things down. So you can use the Couture surface wax. Most of mine gets kind of hard. Plus, I've have two of these. I have this in the special dark, and then I have the natural color. And I've had these since like 2018, and I've barely made a dent. So I'm again trying to use up my stash. So you just need to use either like a part of a microfiber towel. You can use an old t-shirt. That's what I used to use before the wax applicators came out. It's just scraps of t-shirts. This is also a good arm workout. So you just want to add a layer of wax. Sorry for the glitching. My computer's not keeping up with me. So this is going to be a protective barrier between your painted surface and the adhesive backing of your transfer. So it's going to protect both surfaces. So I'm just flipping my wax applicator to the microfiber side so I can kind of burnish all of that wax into those nooks and crannies, and it's going to give me a smooth surface to paste on. And it's going to give me a good arm workout. So you can see you can see the shine from the wax. Let's put that away. Okay, let's get our transfer back out. So this is a size D. D as in dog, 18 by 18 transfer. I have used this one a few times. This one, leopard print is retired. Leopard, cheetah, animal print is retired. I wish they would bring it back. So I'm just going to remove the backer sheet from the transfer. When you're using a larger size like this, it's always better to pull the backing sheet away versus pulling the transfer off of the backer sheet. Otherwise, you might end up with a sticky, wadded up transfer. So now I need to knock back a little bit of the adhesive just so it's not so sticky. I'm going to fuzz my transfer with the terry cloth side of my fuzz towel. So I'm just knocking a little bit of that adhesive back just so that it's not so sticky that it is harder to pull off of my surface, which may either damage my surface or damage my transfer, and I don't want that. Okay, so let's It's going to be kind of a busy pattern, but that's okay. Luckily, there's no rhyme or reason, so I don't even have to worry about anything being straight. I need to get it burnished down to my surface. I'm just going to use black velvet. I think I'm going to use a big one. So this, I don't even know if these are still available, to be honest. I don't think they are. Let's look really quick. I can't keep up these days with everything coming and going. I think these may... Nope, they're still available. It's called the Angled Squeegee. Okay, so then I'm also going to get out a stir stick. And I'm going to kind of glob. So I'm just going to kind of put, just to kind of help out a little bit, because I'm going to have to move a lot of paste pretty quickly. So I'm going to take my angled squeegee. I'm going to try to do it lightly because I have a pretty heavy hand. And I want to be kind of light around these edges. Because the areas of the leopard print, the silk screen in those areas are large. And if I press too hard, it will make some of those areas buckle just a bit. I'm afraid it's probably going to have some bleed spots, but you don't want your paste to dry in your silk screen. That's kind of why we're going a little quick. Probably not quick enough. Okay, I'm going to get to a stopping point and see where I'm at. Just a skosh. That's not too bad. I'm just going to release part of that. And I'm just going to lay it back down. And then I'm going to take this extra. Get it off of my squeegee and put it back down on my door round, and then we're going to do that again. I'm trying to only go one direction, and I'm trying to go off of the edge. That way I'm less likely to buckle my transfer again. I'm going to get a smaller. I'm just going to get a smaller squeegee for this side. It doesn't have to be perfect. I did a cow print silk screen this weekend, and I totally had to just sand a lot of it off because it ran everywhere. There's just a few spots where it ran, like right there and right there. Otherwise, it doesn't look too bad. Plus, the bunny's probably going to cover up most of that anyway. I'm gonna go take this to my sink and put it in my tub of water and get it sprayed down. So I'll be right back. Get a coat of water on it. Okie doke. Now we're gonna get this dry. Jason says it looks great so far. Let's get this out and we'll get it dry. Maybe while it's drying, we'll talk about a few of the promos so that nobody has to literally watch chalk paste dry. Okay, so let's go through just to let you know, the Patriotic Collection launched last week. So this is just a few of the highlights of that launch. And I've got some new product. I can show it to you when we're done here. I know Miss Bonita's a fan of some of the patriotic things. And there's also some new UV resin that I'm excited to play with. Okay, so that was that. And then to go along with the Patriotic Collection, the color of the month is called Home this month. So it's kind of a deep blue. You can unlock the ability to purchase Home with a $75 order. So that is Home. And then this is the Club Couture transfer bundle for the month. It's called, I don't remember what it's called actually. Oh, I didn't change the text. Don't read the text. But it's a strawberries transfer, and it comes with white, ocean mist, and candy apple. And it comes with a 2-piece chockable accessory. And this month, instead of focusing on Perks membership, let's show you this one. We are highlighting Club Couture. So if you are a current Club Couture subscriber, if you purchase if you make a I believe it's with a $60 order, yes, you will get 5 free past Club Couture transfers. And that is an $80 value. If you are not a current Club Couture subscriber and you join this month, you get 5 of the past 2024 Club Couture transfers, and those are these transfers. So the blueberries, the kind of that Aztec print, the wildflower, the gasoline transfer, not the gasoline, but the old school legend transfer, and then the seed packets transfer. Also, new Club Couture subscribers can also stack the $60 free transfers on their, you can stack those two promos. So you can join Club Couture, and then once you put in a $60 order, you can get the extra 5 transfers. So your new club subscribers have the ability to receive up to 10 transfers for free this month, which is pretty darn cool. So if you have any questions about that, type club in the comments. And I can show you the 5 that I got for free. I think that's pretty dry. Oops. Let's take that off. Now you can see it. I do have another little bleed here, but it kind of just blends into the leopard print. For now. And then probably need to sand my bunny. So we can kind of turn this whichever direction we want. Oops. I think I like it there. I don't think that there's also a few over here now that I look at it, but I think it kind of blends in. Although that is kind of dark down there. I need to readjust my camera. I think that might be a little better. You have the dark down here. Okay, so I want to give the bunny a bit of a sand. So I'll put that down. Oh, I can't reach. Okay, do I have some cardboard? Let me go get a piece of cardboard. So it's kind of big, but so I'm just going to give him a pretty good sand, just to even out some of that paint, knock back some of the edges, and get rid of some of my paintbrush strokes. Different one. I only have a bajillion of these. Oops. I obviously had red paint on that one. He's just going to get a little that off. Let's get a different sanding pad. Sorry, I'm not very organized this evening. Of course, I'm not very organized ever. I just kind of fly by the seat of my pants most days. These are, I don't want 40. Yikes. I'll take all my paint off. I don't really want 80 either. This one. Okay, let's get a different one. So this was 120. This one, there we go. That's probably probably a bit too much, but it's okay. I'm definitely distressed now. The more the merrier. Okay, let's put that away. Let's see if we can dump that into the trash. Probably not. Okay. How are we all doing? Go back to my comments. Benita, sorry, I missed your question. Benita says, at what point do I give up and toss my chalk paste and just order new? I would probably just order new. Although, yeah, some of mine I've just had to chuck. If it's recent, then you might be able to put a claim in with Couture. Yeah, it's pretty hit or miss. I mean, it's not supposed to dry up as fast, but some of them do. And I hate that, but Benita says she uses a lot of 220. I don't have a lot of 220. Oops. Now I don't know where I was. I think. Okay, so now I'm going to untape his. I should probably sand the bottom one just to give it a little bit of distress. Yeah, let's get that cardboard back out. Oops. Speaking of paste, thank you. I need to put my lid back on. Yeah, I've got a couple here that I was going to try to work on, but I'm not for sure I really even want to waste my time. I need to quit buying all the colors and just start color mixing my own. But then I always end up with baby poop brown. Okay, let's get our cardboard back out. And we'll do the bottom one. Or we'll do the, kind of distress the round one. I always end up not doing that when I should, and then, let's see. Just kind of want to go mainly around the edges. You could come in and do, where's those bleeds at? Like where this bleed is. Kind of come in and, of course, or you could do a little area like this. Kind of mark some of that up. Here's one of the other ones. Give it a little more distressing. Let's do one right here. Better put that away before I end up doing it all. And I may have just ruined it, who knows. I mainly do the edges, but I don't want the back to be all nice and clean and the rabbit to be all Okay, so then the next thing we're going to do is glue that on. Hopefully this will work. I meant to have some already glued. Hey, Miss Ashley. But I was doing good just to get what I got done. So I think let's do. That looks a little better. Do a few more just to kind of make it. Some people like that, some people may not. Okay. So let's add, I've got my glue here. I've had it sitting upside down. So I just turned to mark. I'm going to flip it around and roughly, that way I know where I don't need to glue. Okay, let's try to add some glue. We can get our handy dandy little glue brush out. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to put a bead right up there, all the way around again. Ooh, I wish this stuff came out easier. Probably more than I need, but I'm probably an overgluer. Okay, let's put that on. Trying to kind of use my camera, my monitor. Got a little bit of, could use the pointy end, the flat end of this thing to get any glue that seeps. I think we're just going to kind of have to use our imagination as far as what it's going to look like in the final, when it's finally all dry, because I am going to need to clamp it for a wee bit. I think that works. Looks pretty good, but then we'll got one final touch to put on it, or maybe a couple. Ashley says trying to find something good on TV to watch besides March Madness. Yeah, we didn't get into well, we don't normally get into college basketball much anyway, but we're not, that's not gonna work. I need bigger, longer clamps at some point, but okay, so let's add a couple more things. I just trying to get some ribbon. Let's use that one. It's trying to be someone. Okay, a couple more things and then we'll be finished with this guy. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have distressed that, but I did. Jason says he wants Houston to win. That'd be good for the Big 12. Let's shift to this guy. Maybe over here. And actually, I have my home right here. Okay, let's try to make a bow. So I pulled out, I have some old rabbit ribbon. Got that ribbon and the carrot ribbon. And I pulled out just some plain ribbon and some leopard ribbon. And then some polka dots. So we'll see what we use here. Ashley said that was crazy with Duke. Yeah, we didn't watch it, but I kind of heard about it. My boss is a Kentuckian, so he was pulling, and I guess Duke is one of their big rivals. So he said any day that Duke gets beat is a good day for him. So just put some twine down in there because I will tie my bow off with that. And I'm still not the greatest loopy bow maker, but I still prefer fabric tassels, but I thought I'd try some ribbon. Live on the dangerous side. Okay, so I just have my bow jabber here. So I'm just going to pinch that in the middle, and I need to turn it. So that the top side is showing. Ashley says, yes, you are. I am not good with the ribbon. I prefer the fabric tassels. Adina says she loves her Bodabra. Okay, I think we'll do this one next. I think I bought this plain ribbon at 5th Street Design on Etsy. I think that's where I got that one. And you don't have to turn this one because it's the same side, there's no front side and back side, which is nice. And then I think we'll add in this bunny ribbon. I do have to twist it. Okay. we'll add the carrot one. I think it's a little. We'll add this one. It's going to be a very neutral bow. As far as colors anyway. I'm going to make this one a little smaller just because the ribbon itself is thinner. And kind of as we go more toward the top, I like for my bows to get a little short, smaller. Ow, I just tried to cut my knuckle off. Ow. I'm just going to put my pins back in. That hurt. Okay, last ribbon. So I'll have to twist that. Whoops, that one doesn't want to even stay. Well, come on, work with me here. No blood yet, but boy, that hurt. That hurt. Trying to cut that off. Oh, not using that one. Not gonna fight that one. We'll just. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. That should work. Okay, so then we'll pull up our strings, and I have a little. I think it's in here. There it is. I don't use it very often, but it works to flatten all that down a little bit. And I'm going to tie it. And then try to flatten all that out. And then I'm going to put it toward the back and give it another tie. And we can kind of try to make it look somewhat presentable. Now you want to pull your tails down, and then we'll even all those out. And we'll kind of curl up our bows, our loops. And we'll pull that one up there. And then the same way on this side. Ugh. I'm just not the biggest fan of these. I think that what's pretty when other people do them. I don't know. Just have to kind of keep playing with it. Okay, so then we want to kind of even out all of our tails. And you can dovetail Or you can, I like to angle cut, that's just my preference. That one needs cut super short. Oh. I need to cut these two. I don't know, friends. It's not terrible. It's not great. I think once I get it on there, it'll be a little better. I know I have a mess. I may take it off. Who knows? I just need to give all my ribbon away because I just prefer the fabric tassels. They're a lot more forgiving. I'm running out of room here. Okay. So let's bring this guy back in. I bet he's probably pretty glued now. But let's tie this. I think maybe once it gets on there, I'm just going to tie it to his ear. Like that. Oops. Okay. I'm going to flip him over. And I don't want to smash the bow, so let's put those there. There. And I'm just going to tie him to the back side of that ear. Just a kind of a rudimentary knot for right now. Well, that doesn't look too bad. It looks better on the bunny than it does off of the bunny. And you just need to kind of keep playing with it. So that's not too bad. That actually looks, it's passable. So then the last thing is every bunny needs a little pom-pom tail. So let's do that. Where did I put on my ribbon? So I have my pom-pom out here. Okay, so and then I have this crinkly ribbon from Hobby Lobby. So this comes apart, so it comes in two pieces. So we're gonna stick it together, and then each side pops out. But I'll just pop out one side at a time, and then I'm just gonna place my yarn on here, and I'm gonna wrap it around. And you try to count how many times you wrap it because you kind of want both sides as equal as possible. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then I usually go back around because I've got some gaps in here. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So we'll just do 40. that. And then I'm going to pull out the other side. I haven't made a pom-pom in forever. So we're aiming for 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 40. So then you want to cut an extra piece, and then you're going to put this side together. I'm going to cut that off, and then I don't have any. You want a pretty sharp, dainty pair of scissors. I don't necessarily have that, but so then you're going to take, so there's kind of a ridge down each of these center pieces, and you're just going to cut all of that, and it helps to have a really good sharp pair of scissors. I don't know where my little pom-pom scissors are. And you're just going to cut those apart. See, there's a little ridge that you cut down. And you don't have to use one of these fancy things. You could just use a piece of cardboard. Yeah, it really helps to have a dainty pair of sharp scissors. And before I forget, let's turn that guy on. And then you're going to take your string, your extra string that you cut, and you're going to put it through the middle. You're going to pull it up tight, and then you're going to tie it tight. Don't pull your string apart. And then I usually wrap it around the opposite direction, and I do that again. Jason says, I have so many cool gadgets. I have too many cool gadgets. But these make pom-pom super easy to make. So then you just pull out both sides. You pull it apart. And then you have a pom-pom, but you are going to need to do some trimming. Put those back together. I'm going to bring back my plate, and that'll catch all my trimmings. If you're going to hang your pom-pom with like a banner, keep these pieces on there, and that's what you can tie onto like your banner string, but we don't need those today. You're just going to kind of trim it up. I don't trim a whole lot. I like kind of the rustic looking pom-pom. I'm afraid if I start trimming too much, I'll end up with a bald pom-pom that's half the size that it started. You've never seen a pom-pom maker? I've used these before, I think on a live, but they come in, don't get me started, Bonita, but they come in, different, and I think some people have found these at Dollar Tree. It's the knockoff version of these, but this one comes in a tiny size. Actually, it comes in a super tiny size, medium size, large size, and then you can buy the jumbo size separately. And then it also comes, you can get, oh, that doesn't look very good. You can get, these make heart-shaped pom-poms, although I've never used it. So I need to do that. In fact, this one, the part came off. This must go right here. So I don't even know how the heart one works. And then if you have the Couture tassel maker, I think you can kind of make a pom-pom with this too. I just prefer these. I think this is the We Are Memory Keepers brand. I think. Okay. Now, I think we can glue this guy on. I would have preferred maybe a cream colored yarn, but this one was the one I grabbed. You just kind of trim as you see fit. And then we're going to give him a cute little pom-pom tail. Okay, let's throw that away. I think, is that the final color I want to go with? Yeah, I think so. It matches the white pom-pom and that bunny tail. If we can take these off, I think we're safe. That's the nice thing about this Titebond glue, is it dries pretty quick. That's why I like it. And it dries clear. Because there's other glues that you use that don't dry very clear. Okay, let's get this guy glued on. Benita says, oh my goodness. Yep, I can be a gadget enabler. So then you just want to find a flat point of your pom-pom. You just want to glue him on. And there we go. Oh, he's so cute. I have to let that dry a little bit. That there. Okay. Okay, let me, oops. Okay, now I'll lift him up. Let's see what he looks like. Okay, let me change my camera. He just says too cute. Okay, let me lift him up. Got a little bit of glue back there. That is super cute. I just gotta fluff with this bow a little bit. It's not terrible, but it definitely looks better on than it does off. I think he turned out cute. I'm pretty impressed with that. This is not my idea. I think I got it from a creator called Painted by Mandy. She did a lot of she used a lot of different background stencils, but she also did a leopard one. Benita says too cute. Ashley says so cute, and Jason says that's awesome. Great job. So grab your background transfers. This is just a 14-inch wood round from Hobby Lobby. Get the thicker ones. Don't get the thin, super thin ones. This one's the one that comes in the 3-pack. They're not on sale this week. They'll be back on sale next week. But grab a 14-inch round, or you can grab a rustic round from my chalk site. I think that I would think Hobby Lobby still has these shapes. If not, I could probably cut you one. Grab your background stencil transfers, and you can make one as well. I think he turned out super cute. Now I want to keep him, but I can't. So he'll be probably at Raised Rustic Wednesday, Thursday, or at least by the weekend he'll be at Raised Rustic. So if anyone's interested, he will be available. Let me, before everybody jumps off, if you want to look at some new product. I'm trying to figure out where to put him. Just leave him here. Let me know or hang on, and I want to flip the camera and I can show you some of that. Let me stack a bunch of this stuff up. Okay. Ooh, I have a mess. Okay, so I have a couple of different collections here to show you. So we had my desk is a disaster. So we had the Tiffany Thiessen collab launch. We've had the Easter Oh So Sweet launch. We had the Peanuts launch. And then we've had the Patriotic launch. So let's show you some of that stuff. One more down in here. Okay, so if you don't remember who Tiffany Thiessen is, she was Kelly Kapowski on Saved by the Bell in the 90s. She is now kind of a home chef, very much into home things. So she has collaborated with Couture. That's not one, but so this is one of her. So she's done some very kind of earthy patterns. So this one is called Love Blooms. And some of these are Try Me kits as well, so you'll just have to kind of check my chalk site. This one is called Soil Mates. So these are great for like some of your potted plants. This one says Staying Alive. Who knows? Pour me a drink. I wet my plants. Weed maybe, not a hugger. And then there's some cute little plant icons down at the bottom. I didn't get very many. I got more than that though. I don't know where the rest of them are. Maybe that was it. I've got a disaster over here, folks. These are all patriotic. Okay, so this one is part of the, I believe it's the Oh So Sweet. I got the Painterly Bunny, the Painterly Rabbit, which I kind of forgot I got. And then here's some of the patriotic. I got the Red, White, and Blessed, which I think that one is super cute. I got the Distressed Flag, and that is a size A, so it says Land of the Free because of the brave at the bottom. And then I got the Star Spangled Banner. It's a size C. Super cute. And then this one is it's an older one, but I didn't have the Painterly Angel, so I got that. And then I think I got the wings to go with that. So that's an older one. And then I also got it's called the Floral American Flag. So this fits perfect on our raised our 16-inch rustic round. So that one's going to be super fun. And in the catalog, or in the lookbook, Couture paired both of these together. So you'll have to go back and look at that. And then I want to show you the 5 transfers that I got for free. So because I'm a Club Couture subscriber and I put in a $60 order, I got 5 past transfers. So if you're already a subscriber, your past Club Couture transfers will be 2023 and older. If you are a new subscriber and you join and you get the 5 free transfers just for joining, yours will be from 2024. So this is I got the Everything Changes from March of I wonder why I got that one. March of 2024. I don't think I was supposed to get any of those. And then I got the bold lemons. So this is kind of a sampling of what you might get. I got Hello Summer, which was from 2018. And then I got, oh, I didn't open this one. Oh, yeah, I know what this one is, the premium gasoline one. Wanted that one. And then I got one of my favorites. Can never have too many of this one. I got the Welcome-ish. Depends on who you are and how long you stay. I was excited to get that one. So, if you are a current Club Couture subscriber and you put in a $60 order, you will get 5 past club transfers for free. If you are not a current subscriber and you join, you automatically get 5 Club Couture transfers for free. And then if you do decide to go in later and put in a $60 order, you also will get an additional 5 transfers for free. So you can either get an $80 value worth of past Club Couture transfers, or you can get $160 worth of past Club Couture transfers. Okie doke. That was all the new stuff I had. Let's go ahead and let's open home so I can show you what that looks like. And then let's get out. So there's what that looks like. And then let's get out Cadet. Of course, my Cadet, actually mine's Midnight, so that won't even help you. I don't even have Cadet. This is the old Midnight. It is a lighter color than Cadet, but it'll be perfect for all of your patriotic creations, especially when you pair it with cherry. It'll be pretty. And if you want to go really primitive, you pair all that with vanilla instead of bright white. You've got yourself kind of a primitive color palette. Yeah, Bonita said she was thinking Cadet too. I'll have to pull a picture from our design studio because somebody did a side-by-side of like 4 of the different blues. And it is a lighter shade of our blues. So, okay, let me show you this again. Oh, he's so cute. I do say so myself. Okie doke. Thanks so much for hanging out with me this evening. I will be live again on Wednesday. I was trying to remember if I need to do the, that'll be my Club Couture project for the month at least. I'd like to do more than just that one, so I have a few other ideas. So be looking for that on Friday or Wednesday. So I hope you all enjoyed this project this evening. Again, if you would like to share that out, I would be greatly appreciative of that. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and hop off. Have a great evening. Have a great week, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching.